Mila, I don't think people are focusing on the right part of the OpenAI story.
It's not the departure, it's the destination.
Exactly.
I'm Mila.
I'm Milo, and this is AI Daily.
In a few minutes, we'll talk about the one word Spotify is about to attach to a lot of new music, and it's not explicit.
Okay, let's start with the departure lounge at OpenAI. Brad Lightcap, the company's chief operating officer, has stepped down.
Lightcap was a key figure, especially post Sam Altman's brief ousting and return. He was the steady hand on the business side, focusing on enterprise sales and operations. He wasn't a researcher, he was the person making the trains run on time.
And making the deals happen. He was central to their enterprise strategy, trying to turn massive hype into massive recurring revenue. But now he's leaving to start a new venture, which is the detail that matters.
It's another branch of the OpenAI tree growing into a new company. We've seen researchers leave to found new labs, like Anthropic. We've seen safety leaders leave over directional disagreements. An operational leader leaving to build something new is a different signal.
Right. This isn't about safety or research ideology. This feels like someone who had a front row seat to the fastest growing business in history and decided, I can build one of those too. He saw the entire enterprise playbook from the inside.
The open question is what kind of venture he's starting. Is it another foundation model company, or is it an application layer company that builds on top of existing models?
The latter seems more likely. The capital requirements for a new frontier lab are astronomical, but an enterprise-focused AI company, started by the person who literally just built OpenAI's enterprise business, that's a compelling pitch.
It also raises the question of talent drain. Every time a senior leader leaves and starts something new, they don't go alone for long. It creates a new center of gravity for talent.
A talent ecosystem, not just a talent pipeline. For OpenAI, the question becomes one of stability. How many key leaders can depart before customers start getting nervous?
From one company's leadership to one app's user base, Google's Gemini app has officially crossed 1 billion users.
That's a big number. It's easy to get numb to user counts in the billions, but for a dedicated AI application, that's significant scale. And the usage stats inside that number are even more interesting.
63% of those users are engaging with Gemini through voice. That stands out. It's not just a chatbot in an app, it's being used as a voice assistant.
Which is exactly what Google wants. They're positioning Gemini as the successor to the Google Assistant. This suggests the transition is working. People are talking to it, and they're using it to create. The company also reported it's generating over 150 million images every day.
Saying it out loud doesn't make the scale feel any smaller. 150 million images every 24 hours.
That's a massive amount of real-world usage data. Every one of those prompts, every one of those generated images is a data point that can be used to refine the models. It's a flywheel. The more people use it, the better it gets, which encourages more people to use it.
So the question isn't just about the billion users. It's about the competitive moat that data creates. Other models have APIs, but Google has the default assistant on billions of Android phones. How does a startup, even a well-funded one, compete with that level of data ingress?
They probably don't compete on the same field. They focus on enterprise or specific niches. They can't win the consumer assistant game if Google successfully converts its entire Android base to Gemini. This milestone suggests that conversion is well underway.
And finally, to our story about music streaming. Spotify is rolling out a new policy. It's going to start labeling music created by AI artists.
Labeling and, crucially, not promoting. The policy states these works won't be eligible for placement on Spotify's influential curated playlists. That's a huge deal. For many artists, getting on a playlist like Today's Top Hits is the entire game.
So Spotify is drawing a line. They're not banning AI-generated music, but they are cordoning it off. It can exist on the platform, but it won't be actively pushed to listeners. They're framing it as a move for transparency.
Which raises a very tricky technical question. How do you define AI artist? Is it a track generated entirely by a text prompt? What if a human artist uses an AI tool to generate a drum loop or a bass line, but writes the melody and lyrics themselves?
That's the ambiguity. Is it about the percentage of the work that's AI generated? Is it about the intent? The policy, set to be implemented next month, will face these edge cases immediately.
You can imagine a world where artists intentionally avoid using certain tools for fear of getting the AI label and being locked out of playlists. It could create a chilling effect on the use of AI as a creative partner.
Or it could create a clear lane for human artists and a separate one for AI-generated content. The question is whether listeners care about the distinction, as long as the music is good.
Spotify is betting they do, or at least they're betting that the human artists they rely on care deeply. This feels as much like a policy to reassure the existing music industry as it is a policy for listeners. Also in AI today,
OpenAI sent a public letter to the governor of Texas.
The letter outlines the company's commitment to responsible AI infrastructure in the state. It's a public statement about being a good corporate citizen as they continue to build out their presence and computing resources there.
A classic policy move, building bridges before you need them.
From an executive exit to 1 billion users to a new label on your music.
The human parts of the stack are still where the most interesting things are happening.
The question is, for how long?